Hi, I'm Stuart and welcome to SIRENNET Television. Now, Whelen Engineering has put out the Whelen Tracer. It's been on the market for a couple of months now, to say the least. And we're going to be taking a look at the Trio version in studio right now. And Chris is going to give us an overview of the Trio from Whelen.
Well, thank you, Stuart, and thank you for joining me on SIRENNET Television for a nice in-depth tutorial on Whelen Engineering's Tracer product line. So what is the Tracer? Well, it is a nice, low-profile, extremely bright, extrusion-based light bar platform. So it is a modular fixture, if you'd like to call it so. The Tracer is available in a compact, single-length section, so just one guy here. It then can grow all the way upwards into a total length of a 6 module. So with that going across very quickly, a single, a 2, a 3 lamp, a 4 lamp, the 5 lamp is what we have here, and this is the perfect solution when it comes to those of you looking to do the vehicle-specific mounting options that we have available to go along with this. And for those of you where the 5 lamp is not quite enough, so maybe it's just a nice, big, lengthy vehicle, it can go as long as a 6 lamp fixture. So when it comes to the Tracer itself and the mounting options, just mentioned, we have vehicle specifics. There's also a nice universal basic L bracket. So you'll take those and they will go into the slide channel on the back of the Tracer housing itself. So this is actually a nice durable aluminum channel. The hardware goes in from either ends, and it is then contained within a nice black polycarbonate housing. It then has a very specialized clear hard-coated lens over the diodes inside. So with this being designed specifically for a unique rocker panel lighting application, it is very, very durable and well accustomed to the bottom of the vehicle where it's going to see vibration, grit and grime from the road, and a lot of water splash up. And speaking of such things, when it comes to the Tracer mounting, we'll go ahead and talk about wiring. So on the Tracer and the wiring harness, nice and lengthy it is with a double shield harness. So a nice heavy duty black exterior looming and then loomed up color-coded pigtails on the end of the harness. There's a total of 8 to tie into your vehicle's 12-volt electrical system and in turn to your lighting and siren controller. And if you are curious as to what this is right here, this is what we would refer to as the inline driver for the Tracer. So very, very similar to what Whelen Engineering has brought us when it comes to the Vertex hideaways. So this is the actual controlling of the electronics, so the different modes and the flash patterns. This is something that you are going to want to pay a bit of attention to when it comes to the install on the Tracer. This is designed for exterior mounting, it's water resistant as well, but when it comes to the actual driver, make sure to be careful when it comes to mounting it onto the vehicle so that way you don't puncture the housing in any way. Just make sure also not to bend this or pull it through a hole where it may be too small where it could cause some pulling on the ends of the wiring harness there. So just as usual when it comes to the Tracer, other warning products alike, be careful with the installation process. You don't want to have any electronic issues. So the Tracer, you can order it in solo, so single color for the module, duo, where it is full interwoven, and a wonderful trio, so tricolor with full interwoven. In each module, in the solo, total of 12 diodes, duo 24, and the trio 36. So again, an equal spacing of 12 diodes for each of the appropriate colors. So nice full intensity on each. When it comes to the Tracers and manipulating them as far as flash patterns go and different modes, specifically here we'll be talking about the wiring and mode programming regarding the Tracer Trio. So go ahead, fire up the wiring harness here. So pigtails connected to the ground and the lead, so the red and the black input wires. So when those are powered up, that is going to put the Tracer into ready mode. It'll then take another trigger wire input to activate a specific function. So in this case, when it comes to our Trio Tracer, I can activate one of 2 mode control wires, so 2 different flash patterns. By activating the orange wire here, that is going to activate a red, blue, and white color flashing sequence. Great thing about that, as it would come to find from Whelen, is there is the user selectable flash patterns and a total of 30 of them for you to select from. So for making a change to the flash pattern display, when the mode is on, flashing away, you'll take the white with violet tracing, so the classic scan lock, momentarily apply that to a positive 12 volts, and that will make a display change to the pattern. I'll just go ahead, go through a couple of them here now. And we'll just go through a few more because, as you folks know, I myself absolutely love to be playing with the wiring when it comes to the products that we show you. So there's an example going through a few different flashing modes on the tracer in a mode where it is configured with all three colors flashing away. So say you want to make something different occur with this product, so you want to do some color isolation. Well, that is easy enough to do. There's also a convenient second mode that you can activate, so power to the blue wire here, and that has activated just the red and blue. So a really trick thing that you can do with the tracer when it comes to the tricolor array is there's 7 different modes that you can program it to. So what that means is each mode is a different color display. On the Duo, there is a total of 3 modes for configuring the colors, and in the Solo, just the one single mode for turning it on, flashing it away as you'd come to expect. So go through a couple patterns here, let you see some of the fun functions that Whelen has built into this when it comes to display. So, and as you can see with the tracer, the neat thing about the diodes inside, again, total of 12, and the ability with them being interwoven is the full color changeover. So in this case, with the red and blue, it's a really neat way to shift attention with the color footprint changing back and forth. So again, we'll do one more pattern display change here, back to just conventional red and blue flashing alternating. And again, remember there are synchronizable patterns with the tracers, but that's only going to carry over to syncing tracers with themselves. So you're not going to be able to tie this in with your vertexes or your ions or your microns. So for mode programming adjustments, it's a very similar way of doing this, like changing a flash pattern. Instead of using the white with violet, we are going to bring into play the white with yellow tracing here. So for changing a mode, apply that wire to a positive 12 volts, and that will advance it to a different mode. So as you can see there, we had blue and white. In this case, just red, just white, just blue, red and white and blue, so again the tricolor, red and white, and blue and white. So again, total is 7 different modes. So what does that mean? Well, with the tracer, say in the color configuration we're showing you here, SIRENNET lighting controller thought process. When you are in position 3, light, sirens, this can be flashing away in a pattern selection of your choice in red, blue, and white. So maximum attention gain for the emergency service vehicle. So back to that, we'll take the orange wire. So red, blue, white, nice and bright. Well, if you arrive on scene and you want to change up your lighting display, or you have some compliance for a part kill situation, so no white lights flashing, well, you can turn on the other wire that's been programmed, so you can isolate one color, so red or blue only, or just in this case, simply disengaging the white but still maintaining your red and blue. Another neat thing that you can do with the tracer, if you want to do so, is take it another step, and that is using the cruise mode function. So with the purple wire here tied into positive 12 volts, that is going to activate cruise. In this case, I have preset it isolated white and am running it at a full intensity for the cruise mode. So basic thought here, illumination on the vehicle as needed. So if these are on the sides, plenty of light for the driver and passenger side. If it's on the front or rear of the vehicle, you can tie it in for maximizing your scene lighting. A neat thing that you can do with the cruise function is you can program the intensity and program the color display. So again, it follows the premise of mode programming, so back to that white with yellow. So when cruise mode is on, take that, apply it to positive 12 volts, and that'll do an advancement. So if you're wanting to have just cruise displaying certain colors, you can go through and isolate those to your choosing. So a very unique way to light up a vehicle without having flashing, but just having your emergency colors nice and visible and present. And back to white. So what we can do with this also is we can program the intensity like I mentioned. So to do so, we'll use the scan lock. So white with violet, when that is applied to a positive 12 volts, each time it will make an intensity shift. So what this will allow you, the end user, to do is tune the cruise mode to the brightness that you're wanting and also the color preference that you're wanting as well. So we'll go down all the way to the dimmest of modes and back to full intensity as well. And there you have it. Cruise mode back to full intensity for a nice, effective illumination function. And trust me, for those of you watching from the office or home, this is a very effective fixture when it comes to the scene lighting that you're looking for. So there you have it, a look at the Whelen Engineering Tricolor Tracer. It's available from us here at SIRENNET, as well as the Duo and Solo color versions in all of the available lengths. So again, a single module all the way up to a 6 module. I'm Chris. Thank you very much for joining me here on SIRENNET Television. Back to you, Stuart.
Well, there you have it, Chris and the Trio Tracer. Lots of T's in there. I could easily trip up. We're going to take a break. You've been watching SIRENNET Television. I'd like to thank you for watching. Have a great day.